Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's your boy Marvin. I hope everyone's having a good day. We're going to get straight into a video. This is from CNN News. Ex-makeup artists for Diddy and Cassie have kept this secret for 14 years. So many people are coming forward. And there's also information that basically tapes that were found in dungeons and secret passages. This is all the news which is coming out about p-diddy. So serious evidence is mounting up against him. Let's get straight into this very, very important interview between CNN News and the makeup artist, which is mylah
Morales. She's a former makeup artist for Diddy and also Cassie Ventura, working for Diddy for years and eventually becoming a friend of Cassie's. In 2010, mylah alleges that she heard Cassie being physically abused and was a witness to the aftermath of the alleged attack. She joins me now. mylah, thank you so much for being here. This has been, for so many people, illuminating, infuriating, troubling, devastating. You can go down the list of things, but it's so difficult to speak about.
I know.
Being a witness of anything. Tell me how you must be feeling just knowing that this has even come to light.
Well, I have kept this secret for like 14 years. I mean, the first time I experienced it was 2010. And I was in the hotel room when Puff came in, and I had no idea Cassie left. And when I woke up, I just saw his presence come into the room. They went into the bedroom and shut the door, and all I could hear is screaming and yelling and whatever was going on in there, I don't know. But all I could think of was to grab Cassie's things and start packing it up and just getting her out to safety and bringing her to my house. So that's kind of like what transpired from that night. And once she came out of the room, she was badly, beaten.
Oh my God! What did her?
Wow. Look, I think that there's so many people coming out about Diddy and the Cassie relationship, which is very toxic at times. I think p-diddy is 100% a control freak and can't help by exploding sometimes into anger if he doesn't get his own way. I've done a lot of videos on him before, but it just seems like everything is coming to surface, and that Cassie was right all along. I think a lot of people are taking this seriously now at the end of the day, which they should have done before. But this is really, really, really sad, the way this is going, because this was quite a long relationship, so she must have been tormented a lot through this, and there was many arguments. Head of security, other people have mentioned it, that it was it was quite a volatile relationship at times. But I'm glad people are coming out and saying something.
Physical appearance look like?
I mean, it was knots on her head, black eye,
Wow.
busted lip, but a lot of knots all over her head.
Did she go to the police at that point or anything?
No, we didn't know what to do at that point because, Puffy is a very powerful person and we were quite terrified. So I just, brought her to my house, and my friend, who is a doctor, I called her, and thank God she was in town because we didn't know what to do. And she treated her for, just to make sure she didn't have a concussion or anything like that. But it was really it was painful to see Cassie like that because she's such a beautiful human being, and for a man to just hurt any sort of woman or child or animal, it doesn't matter. But Cass is a good friend of mine, and I just felt, I just didn't know what to do. I felt like I don't even know how to describe how I felt that night.
Did she describe how she was feeling about having that happen? Did you get a sense that this was the first time?
It didn't feel like it, because it wasn't. It was almost like, you know, I feel like she might have been embarrassed that that happened in front of me.
But the incident that you're talking about even predates.
That's incredible what she just said there, because that's like a form of control, that Cassie feels that it was her fault, that it was happened because of years of mental abuse and physical abuse, and the way Diddy thinks is, oh, you made me do this or you made me do that. That's a form of control. It's an illness, and it is quite sad as well. Very, very sad to see.
Dates what we saw in this horrific video from a hotel
Yes.
floor. When that video came out, what did it feel like knowing that that had now been public?
No, I was devastated when I saw that video, because it was like I witnessed what could have happened in that room and more, you know. So that was a hallway incident. Who knows what happened, you know, in that room when I was outside of there. And I was devastated. Actually, I've been devastated since the court cases came out, and how, you know, he mistreated Cassie.
He has settled the suit involving her specifically, but there are others, and there are sources that are telling CNN that the majority.
It proves if they've settled out of court and Diddy has given them money, it tells you a lot that he thinks that he can buy people out. Look at this, Dickerson Neal, active lawsuits against Coombs, and it's growing. Dickerson Neal versus Coombs, drugging and sexual assault. Gardner versus Coombs, battery and sexual assault. Jane Doe versus Coombs, sex trafficking and gang rape. Lil Rod versus Coombs, racketeering, sexual assault and sex trafficking. Omar K versus Christian and Sean Coombs, premises liability and aiding and abetting his son. McKinney versus Coombs, drugging and sexual assault. Lambrose versus Coombs, drugging, battery and sexual assault. Look, we're seeing a track record of things against him, and what's that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and more. That's not the only ones that I've heard. And obviously his ex-makeup artist coming out, and people are not afraid now because they think that it's time to actually speak up. But how many more people were involved in this allegation with Coombs? And like I said, I don't think that he's going to go down alone, but I heard that the FBI have got enough evidence for this to be heard by a grand jury. So this is very, very, very serious. He could do a long, long time if it does go that far, which I think it may do.
Majority of the people currently suing Diddy are actually speaking to federal investigators, which indicates the Justice Department might be moving close to an indictment. So do you think that Cassie would testify against him if federal investigators asked her to or compelled her to?
Ooh.
I'm really not sure. I like I said, I can't speak for Cass, but I hope she does. I hope she does, because she's the only one that would know all the information that's gone on over the years. So,
mylah, why do you think? I mean, we've heard certainly, you know, a lot of people in the industry condemn Diddy for what they saw on that video, but it hasn't been a universal outcry within the industry specifically. Why do you think that is?
Because it's a very small industry, and that we all know each other, and I feel like people are afraid to like speak up about it. And the only reason why I am is because I'm a friend of Cass's, and I really care about her very much so. And I'm outraged and very, very like heartbroken about like how he's been treating her.
But I know all this, but why didn't she say anything before when she got beat up or take it down to the police station? You know, there must have been, like what she said earlier. I'm not blaming her, but Maya, but she could have informed the police, or at least taken Cassie down there. And it seems like that she was afraid of him as well, in what he could do and his tempers at the end of the day. And I do think, I don't blame him, but I do think that he has so many basically people that will protect him, and he can buy people off by giving them money or assets or something like that at the end of the day. He is a very, very powerful man. And like I said, I think some of it is where he's got rid of a lot of people, and I think the people around him know that, what he's capable of doing.
It just it breaks my heart, and I just can't imagine like a man treating a woman that way, and not just a woman, but a friend of mine that I've known since she was a teenager. So you know, I've known Cassie before all of this. So it's just, it disgusts me.
I can only imagine, of all the women that you have worked with and people who are eager to be in the industry, what they are exposed to, how they could be exploited and abused in a variety of ways. And that's why the idea that not hearing so many more people speak up is very frustrating and hurtful for so many people.
It is frustrating and hurtful, even
Yeah.
for me, because I know what goes on behind the scenes, and I just can't imagine why nobody's speaking up. I mean, everyone's just hush hush and quiet. I don't know, maybe they're scared. I mean, we've all been scared, so you know.
I hope this is a turning point, mylah
I
Morales.
think so.
I really hope it is. Thank you so much for joining me
I hope
tonight.
so.
Wow, so that was Laura Coates from CNN News, basically interviewing mylah Morales, who worked for Cassie and p-diddy as a makeup artist. She was very, very honest, and you could tell that she was a really good friend of Cassie's, but worried in what to say. Where's this going to go at the end of the day? And I don't think it's going to be long before this will go to court, but we'll do a video on that some other time. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment, and please leave your messages and comments. Thank you. Take care wherever you are in the world.